Every year, in the great wheat belt just east of the Rockies, the fields turn to gold.
Every year for the longest time, Wynford FFA has been the largest group in Wynford High School. This isn't just because we're surrounded by cornfields, but because of the wonderful environment and opportunities that the chapter offers. Wynford FFA provides fun contests, barbecues, officer positions, and endless amounts of fun. But you don't want to just hear it from me, so let's hear what it's like from some of the other officers.
I didn't wear my polo today. I hope it's okay.
What did you say?
I didn't bring my polo.
Why not?
I didn't feel like it.
Well, you better get it on, you knucklehead.
Okay. For many years, even before some of us were born in the Wynford FFA, the FFA has held a pork chop and chicken barbecue. This barbecue is run by our chapter's members, usually in shifts. We usually have a cooker shift, a prepper shift, and a serving shift. Truly, the overall success of this event is dependent on the working of the members for the event. Our chapter has always outscored all other chapters in our area in barbecue sales because of our chapter's community support. I believe that each and every one of you will continue this tradition of outsourcing other chapters for many years to come.
One of the main events throughout your career in FFA is your dedicated involvement in career development events, otherwise known as CDEs. Let's allow some of the other officers to describe these events that will be offered to each of you.
Every year, our chapter participates in soil judging. The underclassmen participate in the rural contest, and the upperclassmen participate in the urban contest. We start at county, and as you win, you move to the next level with your team.
In forestry, each member will participate in 3 different contests: timber cruising, tree identification, and chainsaw safety. The forestry CDE is a lot of fun and is one of the first CDE members can participate in the year. As a chapter, our forestry team has placed first the past 2 years that we have participated in the CDE.
In Parley Pro, each team does a variety of things. Freshmen will do opening and closing ceremonies and run a mock meeting. In the meeting, there will be a president who runs the meeting and other members. Members will create motions and discuss them. Sophomores through seniors will run the same meeting, but with no opening or closing ceremonies. The meeting lasts around 13 minutes, and then each team is placed, and a few move on to the next level.
The job interview CDE is pretty self-explanatory. To begin the CDE, there are different aspects each competitor must complete: a cover letter, resume, references, and a job application. After these items are submitted, there is then a mock interview in which the candidate is asked questions by 1 to 2 interviewers who rate the candidate's answers to questions, appearance, composure, and many other aspects. This is a wonderful CDE because it helps prepare you for future experiences.
Public speaking is a skill that everyone should know how to use and be comfortable with it. As a freshman, you can compete in the Creed speaking competition. You memorize the 5 paragraphs of the FFA Creed and then recite it at the competition. Then as a sophomore through your senior year, you can compete in either Beginning Prepared or Extemp. Beginning Prepared is where you give a speech on an agriculture-related topic. Extemp is a competition where they give you a random topic at the day of the competition and you write a speech on it. Then you present this 5-minute speech and you are asked questions about why you wrote the speech and the different matters on the topic. Your junior and senior year, you then move on to Advanced Prepared, which is the same thing as Beginning Prepared. As a freshman, you're able to ask yourself if you believe in the future of agriculture and the Creed.
Tractor troubleshooting is a very fun and challenging activity. When you are part of the tractor troubleshooting team, you will have competitions that you and your partner will compete at. You'll be working on all different types of equipment, example skid loader, tractor, backhoe, and a mini excavator, and so much more.
In the spring months of the school year, our FFA chapter competes in the Nature Wildlife Interpretation Competition. The main idea of the competition is to identify most, if not all, of the many types of plants, animals, and equipment commonly seen in the conservation sector. Each animal can be judged off many different things, including scat, pelt, picture, plumage, footprints, and a couple more of identifying features. Identifying features can vary from species to species. Plant species are made to judge off pictures, however, during state competitions, specimens can be used. Equipment is also almost always judged off of pictures. Type of equipment that can vary from nets and traps to soil samplers. I've participated in this CDE since I was a freshman, and it's a great CDE to get into, and I suggest you do it.
In the late winter and spring months of the school year, our FFA chapter competes in general livestock judging and dairy judging. In dairy judging, members look at dairy cattle and place them based on the ones that they believe is most ideal to least ideal. FFA members do not just compete as individuals, they also compete as teams in both of these CDEs.
In the general livestock judging CDE, we judge hogs, goats, beef cattle, and lambs. Members are given time to evaluate each of the species and place them based on factors such as structure, muscle, skin and hair, and overall finish. Both contests are also required to participate in answering a few written questions to be scored.
All of the officers have a duty in the chapter, so let's find out what they do. As the parliamentarian, I serve as an advisor and consultant to the president and members on procedural matters to see that parliamentary procedure is carried on efficiently.
As a farm manager, I take care of the FFA's 13 acres, that is a no-till system. I am in charge of hiring people to plant and harvest, also to put fertilizer and herbicide on. I also have to be there when it is done and check in on the field to make sure the crop is doing good and is ready to harvest or plant when the time arises.
As a chaplain, it is my duty to say a prayer before every meal. It is also my duty to say a prayer before the annual FFA banquet.
As a historian, I help the reporters take pictures of all activities our chapter takes part in. I also help create the slideshow for the banquet at the end of the school year.
Madam Vice President, are all officers at their stations?
I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. The Sentinel, stationed by the door. Your duties there?
Through this door pass many friends of the FFA. It is my duty to see that the doors open at all times and that they are welcome. I care for the meeting room and paraphernalia, and I strive to keep the room comfortable and assist the President in maintaining order. As the Sentinel, you arrange, prepare, and organize the meeting room to be able to host a meeting. The Sentinel also greets everyone as they pass through the door when starting a session. Caring for the chapter paraphernalia and being an assistance to the President are also vital roles of the Sentinel.
The reporter. The reporter is stationed by the flag. Why by the flag?
As the flag covers the United States of America, so I strive to inform the people in order that every man, woman, and child may know that the FFA is a national organization that reaches from the state of Alaska to the Virgin Islands and from the state of Maine to Hawaii.
As reporters, our duties are to publicize all chapter activities, sending stories to district and state FFA reporters, and record FFA activities with photos.
The Secretary.
Stationed by the ear of corn.
Your duties there?
I keep an accurate record of all meetings and correspond with other secretaries wherever corn is grown and FFA members meet.
As the secretary, during the meeting, you record everything that happens. You make sure that you have an accurate record of who made the motion, seconded the motion, and if the motion was approved. You also talk to other secretaries around the county with their FFA to make sure that everyone knows how the FFA should properly be run.
The Treasurer.
Stationed at the Elmo of Washington.
Your duties there?
I keep a record of receipts and disbursements just as Washington kept his farm accounts, carefully and accurately. I encourage thrift among members and strive to build up our financial standings through savings and investments. George Washington was better able to serve his country because he was financially independent.
As a chapter treasurer, our duties are to receive records and deposit FFA funds and issue receipts, present monthly treasury reports at the chapter meetings, collect dues and special assessments, and plan fundraising events.
The Student Advisor. Stationed by the owl. Why by the owl?
The owl is a time-honored emblem of knowledge and wisdom. Being selected by the rest of you, I'm asked to advise you from time to time when the need arises. I hope that my advice will always be based on true knowledge and ripened with wisdom.
The duties of the student advisor are to assist the adult supervisors with any needs, help supervise chapter activities, instruct members, and be a good leader. Encourage member involvement in chapter activities.
Madam Vice President, why do you keep a plow at your station?
The plow is the symbol of labor and tillage of the soil. Without labor, neither knowledge nor wisdom can accomplish much. My duties require me to assist in directing the work of our organization at all times, and I preside over meetings in the absence of our president, whose place is beneath the rising sun. The vice president of the chapter has multiple duties that must be fulfilled. One of the major jobs of the vice president is to assist and work closely with the president of the organization. During meetings, the vice president calls the roll of officers. Other responsibilities include being a leader and role model for chapter members, working on committees, and running meetings in the absence of the president.
Madam President, why are you stationed beneath the rising sun?
The rising sun is a token of a new era in agriculture. If we will follow the leadership of our president, we shall be led out of the darkness of selfishness and into the glorious sunlight of brotherhood and cooperation. Many responsibilities are required as the chapter president, but they are very worthwhile. A chapter president must be a leader in all that they are involved in, correspond with other chapters and community members, lead the officer team, maintain an organized chapter, and take action with any conflict that might arise. This position teaches leadership, organization, and a fondness for team efforts. The president's job is not possible without everything that the rest of the officer team provides.
There are many pros to joining the FFA. Not only will you be able to learn skills that will help you for the rest of your life, but you will also be able to make memories and friendships that last as well. FFA is an organization that will help you learn the understanding of so many things, ranging from business to farming and from leadership to personal development. In FFA, you can compete in the many skill testing contests that will lead you to greater success in life. Leadership, work ethic, community activity, and being a part of Wynford's loved and honored FFA chapter are just a few reasons that you should pick to join.
I know you might be a little bored right now and maybe thinking, oh my gosh, I'd rather be in math class right now, but I hope this video helped you learn more about our chapter. It may seem intimidating at first, but there is no organization quite like Wynford FFA. We're blessed to have two incredible advisors and many chapter members that enable us to be successful and driven in all that we do. I know I speak for more than myself when I say that I wouldn't be who I am today if it weren't for FFA. As you schedule your classes for next year, I hope you mark FFA as a top choice.
Hempy Water, proudly sponsored by the Wynford FFA.
At all time and that they are wearing. Sorry.
In the spring months of the school year, it didn't move.
And that's a blooper.
I already have a blooper.
There's then a mock interview in which the sometimes I just want to scream. I know you may be a little bored right now and may be thinking, okay, wait, this is too fast.
Through this door, past many friends of the FFA, it is my duty to see that the door is open to it didn't start.
You said duties.
Districts and like I tried. Every year, our chapter participates in soil judging.
It was at this moment she realized she was blind.
I can't read that.
You guys read it.
Yeah. Alright.
The dash mess with.
I'm gonna say action. Action!
Okay, it started.
Officers determine. I shall call the roll of officers, determine if they are at their stations, and report back to you, Madam President. I see it over there, she's crying. Why is she crying? She's laughing so hard, she's crying. Alright, so
In forestry, each member will... I keep her to act. I did it.